Welcome back to some more Star Citizen content today. We are going to go ahead and do review on this ship. This is the new Guardian MX. If you do enjoy this kind of content, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts of this ship here. But let's go ahead and get right to it. So, this is a brand new ship that was released today, the MX variant of the Guardian base model. So the main difference is that I can see and easily just from getting into the ship and seeing it from the outside and here is the new size 4 weapons that were added here to the ship itself. Increasing the firepower of the Guardian. And you can also notice there's a little bit something else. So the MFD has changed. On the base Guardian, you can tell that typically MFD would be up here. The vehicle team that designed this ship decided to go ahead and put the MFDs down here, which makes more sense to me when you're doing dogfighting. So you can see the MFDs right here. You can look at your target status right there for your targeting. Power management's all right there. One thing that is pretty noticeable difference is like these bars right here. So the outside of this actually is just a shell armor and it has placed cameras, so you can see a couple of cameras on the outside, so you can see the outside view here. And there is, if you don't like this and you don't want that extra armor protection, if you don't want to see these bars, you can click right here to the left side of the screen here, hit that button, and it gives you a better view of targeting, which I myself kind of prefer. I'm not sure what the downside is with using this for the stats on here, but just for visual purposes, when I'm trying to look and see what targeting, so the bars are not in my way, that's something I just kind of prefer. But you do get that armor protection, so that is kind of neat. One more thing while I'm here at the pilot seat is that if you do ever want to leave the ship or get into the ship, you just walk up to the front and enter the pilot seat. But if you want to leave, you click this button right here and right click it, and you don't see it here. Let me fix that actually. So you can do exit to 0G, or you can just exit the ship when you're landed. This is another way to get out of the ship, but we're not going to do that. We're going to actually review the whole interior of the ship. Oh, one more thing. There is missiles. There's 24 size 2 missiles that are included for the ship. So, and you can queue up to 4 currently, which I kind of recommend if you're doing a lot of heavy fighting. So it's got decent punch for a fight. But other than that, let's go ahead and start to walk back towards the ship. And we do get a tiny little hallway that separates between the pilot seat before you get into the next room. And here it's just a simple hallway, but it does look like they put some design touches to make it a little bit more sharp, fancier, I guess I would say. Like the ventilation here that they did for the ship. You walk in here to this room. This is your component access room. There's a fire extinguisher that you can use when engineering isn't part of the gameplay, so you can access all the components in here and do repair jobs instead of just accessing them for the outside like the other fighters in this game. Like the Gladius, for the example, components are the outside, and this is all inside, so it's a little bit easier to maintain damage control. So we got a couple of things. We have a shield generator there. We have, let's see, click all the buttons here, and you do have personal storage. This is going to give you a small portion of storage, 450k of internal storage, which is nice to have always. That is empty. That's another shield generator, so it's got 2 shield generators and look like they're size 2s, which is pretty decent to have for a heavy fighter. That right there is a component that's just a plaque. Let me close this real quick and we'll take a look and see what it says. Radar system, okay. So that actually does something. We have here the cooler, I believe. That's a size 1 cooler. All right, over here on this side, we're going to click all these buttons here. And here, this is the power plant. That's a size 2. Another size 2 cooler right here as well, and this is a fuse box. So if you comes with one fuse in here, but if you want to have two, you can definitely do that. But this is where you're gonna replace your fuses when needed. And that is actually everything in here in the component room. And right now we're gonna go ahead and move into the next portion, the last room in here in the ship. So this is another component access. This is for your quantum drive. You got a little bit of storage, so like a weapons rack here, so you can put your size 2 weapons for your rifles here in the ship if you want to go ahead and do that. So if you want to do some bunker missions, ground missions, anything like that on FPS ground combat, you could definitely do that. So if you're looting some weapons, you can just store them in here. If you're gonna have a storage room in that small storage chest we looked at, this is a suit locker that is not really a feature in the game yet, but they put them from here because eventually you can just store your suit armor in here one day. So that's nice. There's that storage option for the future that they thought about. And this is the elevator just to go down. So this goes down to the outside of the ship. And this is another component access. That's a system processor. I have no idea what that is. Oh, it's a battery system. It's just empty. Okay. Yeah, that is everything actually just in this room. It does not have any cargo space. You might get by with like a 1 SCU crate here in the back ramp if you choose to do that. If you're doing a lot of ground stuff, you could do that in this ship. You can maybe fit that 1 SCU crate right there in the elevator, but you gotta keep in mind that it is gonna block your access between the weapon rack, suit locker, and the components back here. Just totally covering that space. Just to let you know about that. If you can fit one in here, I'm not 100% sure if that's possible, but it looks like you can if you perfectly line it up on that elevator pad there. That is everything just on the interior side of the ship. Yeah, let's actually go ahead and take this out for a mission, blow some stuff up, and whoops, so you can close that door. I didn't know that was there. I do love the design of the bars and everything. It's pretty cool, but yeah, we're gonna take this for a mission. We're gonna see how it does in the mission and combats, and check that out. All right, we already got one fighter approaching. I decided to do another one, so we're going to do a secondary contract since the first one was very, very short-lived. Scorpius. All right. But yeah, that is how it does in combat. I just demonstrated. So it's got good enough decent firepower. It's got good enough shields. It's a little bit harder to remove, um, to maneuver. I would say it's when you're trying to do your twists and turns. But I mean that's the trade-off when you're looking at a heavy fighter is that it's um, it's gonna be a little slower in the turn as I expected. Those repeaters in the front, those size 4s do some pretty decent damage. He's got plenty of missiles. I even just after that mission still had like 12 missiles left here for you to use for the next mission. But yeah, pretty cool looking ship. I like it. It's going to be, I can definitely see this as a potential favor for many people just because of the new weapon loadout and the missile loadouts. The just the raw firepower that this thing offers. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up here today. Let me know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment below, hit that like button. Let me know what you think about this. Did you pick this up because it's got just the raw firepower that it's offered, or do you like it because the look, how it looks like that Star Wars TIE Interceptor, as I call this ship, or is it something else that I'm maybe not aware of? But yeah, let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you on my next one.